What's up, crypto and spiritual family? This is Ocean Starship with another video. Hope you're having a blessed day. First, I want to say nothing in this video is financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. All right, fam, before I get started with this decode, today is the 8th. And I looked at a few things pertaining to today in Gematria. And two things that jumped out at me was 6 o'clock could be dangerous and 3:11 p.m. I don't know if anything is going to go down today or happen today, but I just want to remind you to be vigilant and stay prepared. All blessings to the Most High that we garner our protection from. But I want to talk about XRPLT, both versions, because we are getting close. And I needed to do a deep dive to see what I would find. I wanted to do something real deep. So I decided to decode will swap 1-to-1. And the first thing I found was D-Wave XRP SDs, right? Switch not work. Divine Lotto number. China arming BLM and Antifa for civil war. That's big. Also, I am 777 and papers from Future. Now remember, I am 777. Remember that term. And you see papers from Future. So I knew to take a look definitely at that term. So what I did was I decoded papers from the future. Papers from the future. I wanted to see what this would lead me to. And basically, papers from the future led me to protected by God. You were chosen. God answered you. Precious metals. Donald Trump, you see that word. And Terra Luna Classic. And someone is always asking me if Terra Luna Classic comes up in any of my decodes. Well, there's your answer, fam. There is your answer. And I also decided to decode from Future, because that's what the term said exactly. It said papers from Future. Papers from Future. And papers from Future led me to April 3rd blackout. Tampa is not tamper, right? With the 201, which is S loan, spiritual blockages, November 5th in Federal Reserve. Now look at April 3rd blackout, because I'm going to show you something that blew me away later in this video. It says April 3rd blackout, right? Which then led me to decode papers, right? Papers from Future. So I knew papers was saying something. I knew definitely to take a look at papers. And papers then led me to this term, Yamanu 672, which is Fed Now CBDC. Pairings 558, which is Metal Pay and Bricks Pay. Cold Forces, Owner, and I'm the Killer. And we know killer in Gematria is Fed Now. This is major. So I then said, let me find out what is April 3rd, because it said April 3rd blackout. And when I saw the 690, I got excited because I know that number. Because what I found was Collins Elite, and this second word that I'm not going to try to pronounce, but we see the 810. You invert that, you get 10-8. That's today, fam. That's why I say we have to be vigilant. But then we see Maxima 366. And 366 is also S loan. We see Tampons 588, which is Proton. We have Metallicus and RippleNet. Yeah, fam, we are getting the information we need. Now, what about blackout? Because it said April 3rd blackout. When I saw 510, that was more confirmation of something. We just saw precious metals, right? And we know 510 is none other than silver. There it is. But it says get ready. Storm. We see this term octogenarian, kitty, and events. Now you see the term octogenarian. Now, if you take those first three letters, you get the abbreviation of October. So I figured I would decode Ogenarian. Ogenarian. Right? Ogenarian. October Ogenarian. And what I found was basically like October profit, October increase, October incoming, October the Batman, October Iran war. What do we hear all over social media right now and in the media? Plans of war with Iran. And it says October sparks. So I think this is definitely going to be a hell of a month, fam. Then I decided to decode can't buy XRPL2. And we get 1206. The same three numbers we keep seeing. Silver, buy now or cry later. And then we have the 936. And we know that is Proton loan and Proton. But I want to show you something else. Because we see revaluation. We see answers with the 594 and XPR coin, which is 594. It says answers and revaluation. Answers and revaluation. Now I'm going to show you when that is inverted. Because when you invert 594 to 654, you get no answer. We just saw answer, revaluation, and XPR coin. Now you see 654, no answer, and XRP COVID. XRP COVID. And there it is. 936 is Proton XPR. Let there be light and global currency. With the 911. 911, which I think is going to be 11.9. But we're going to talk about COVID XRP or XRP COVID. Because it came up with no answer. With the inverted 594. Okay? The answer was XPR coin. No answer is talking about XRP, COVID. So when I decided to decode COVID, it's basically saying XRP drop. XRP don't. XRP sheep. XRP Gematrix ripple. XRP quack. XRP Gitmo they go. XRP mirage. Do you hear these terms, fam? It also says XRP rock, XRP red flag, XRP deceived, XRP clone, XRP scheme, XRP China up next, XRP ghost army. Now we're going to talk about the ghost. Ghost army. It didn't say XRP army. It said ghost army. I'm going to show you what that means. Because when I decided to decode Gematrix, because the term said Gematrix ripple, and when I decoded Gematrix, which gave me these numbers, these are the terms that came up, which are supreme. What is 470? Protons, family. Okay? You also see Civil War, letter Q, and 380. What is 380 in Gematria? Protons. Protons. So it's saying protons ripple. Do you get it? And then I said, okay, well, let me see what I find from XRPL2. XRPL2. What could I find from this? And what I found was XRPL, Ghost Token, Protron, and XTNL. And when I searched XTNL, I didn't find the coin, but I have a feeling it'll show up out of nowhere on either Alcor or somewhere in crypto. But it says Protron and Ghost token, right? Now, there's the Ghost again. Okay, XRPL2. Then I said, what is XRPL2 PSYOP? I didn't have to do much with this term because I got 966, which is Crypto Millionaire. So I moved on to XRPLT. XRPLT. Remember, we saw Ghost Army, not XRP Army, Ghost Army. Now, XRPLT led me to Trump's. What is Trump in Gematria? 470. Protons. We see importance. Ghost in a shell, winning and exactly. So we keep seeing Ghost. We keep seeing Ghost, right? Ghost Army, right? Ghost token. Not coin, Ghost token. And now it says Ghost in the shell. So you know what I did. What is shell? Because it said Ghost in the shell. Ghost in the shell. And when I decoded shell, this is what I found. Ghost in your hands. Ghost in the banks. Right? And you see Antichrist is also 726 like the 276, which is also 440, which is XRP and XPR. But look what else comes up next to 276. Soul. And the Fed now CBDC is 672. Do you see it? 672. And Soul. And we know Soul is very valuable on Alcor. The Ghost in the shell. Right? So this is major, fam. This is a lot of information. But I'm telling you, the Ghost is talking basically about XRP 262 and Proton. They're all connected. They're all connected. But when we saw XRP alone, when it was talking about XRP COVID, it said sheep. And we know that is one thing we are not, right, fam? We are not the sheep. We are the woke, the spiritual. So hit that like button, fam. Subscribe to the channel and share this video. Also, come over, join the Patreon. Everyone, be on guard today. Hope nothing happens, but if something does, we should be prepared.